A union proposal submitted to avert the closure of Trinidad and Tobago's state-owned oil refinery. And in sport, Trinidad and Tobago table tennis team hoping to up their rankings. I'm Ricardo Roberts and this is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, September 11. I'll be back with the details after the break.
What are the possible options that we're facing as far as you're concerned?
I think, so for futures, that spins out from a couple of different dimensions. So I'm sort of starting from the standpoint, as I've sort of just said, that it's, suppose this is possible for us to automate, you know, if we're doing a thought experiment, suppose we could automate everything.
Okay.
Suppose we didn't need any human labor.
Okay.
Then what? You know, and there's a certain style of liberal futurism.
Filmmaker Peter Berg announced that he will direct a documentary which will take a stylistic look at the life of pop star Rihanna. The feature film will not be so much a rockumentary as it will be an intimate look at the life of a megastar. Berg's documentary film company, Film 45, will be producing the film. Berg previously directed Friday Night Lights, which was based off a true story.
The Oilfields Workers Trade Union, the OWTU, has a proposal that it says can prevent the closure of the refinery at state-owned oil company Petrotrin and save hundreds of jobs. And it has been delivered to the president, the opposition and independent senators. Alicia Boucher of TV6 News has the details.
Ansel Roger, accompanied by the OWTU's research officer Ozzy Warwick, as they hand-delivered the union's alternative proposal on the restructuring of Petrotrin at President's House. The OWTU maintains that its plan, in keeping with the April 3rd Memorandum of Understanding with the government, will prevent foreseen hardship.
We agreed with the board that the company shall be restructured. It shall be divided up into 4 entities, but the process to achieve that was not followed by the board. We kept our side of the bargain, but the government did not keep their side of the bargain.
And as such, Roger says the proposal, which was also submitted to the office of the Leader of the Opposition and the Parliament for Independent Senators, is without any participation from the Petrotrin board. He says the document will be made public later this week. In reference to a report allegedly based on minutes of a meeting on August 21st, indicating that the OWTU was made aware of government's plan to shut down the refinery, Roger denies it.
I say this for yet another time because in all those deliberations, at no time we would have had any categorical statement of shutting the refinery down. At no time.
In Antigua and Barbuda, lawyers for a fraud-accused Indian national with citizenship in the Twin Island nation are challenging a section of the country's Extradition Act. The legal team of diamond mogul Mehul Choksi is arguing that the section gives too much power to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It's the latest move by Choksi's attorneys as the alleged fugitive fights extradition to his homeland. He's being pursued by Indian authorities who alleged that he took part in a massive fraud at a government-owned bank. The Indian national who obtained Antiguan citizenship under the Citizenship by Investment program months before the allegations surfaced is maintaining his innocence. We get more in this ABS News report.
Indian authorities have been trying on many fronts to extradite Mr. Choksi to India. Several requests have been made to the Antiguan government, and India in August ratified a 2001 extradition treaty between the countries to help the process along. However, ABS News has learned Choksi is also making legal maneuvers of his own. His attorney, Dr. David Dorset, has revealed a motion was filed in the courts last Friday challenging Section 9(4) of the 1993 Extradition Act.
He has absolutely no obligation to be informed by our side as to what the true situation is.
He argues the section gives the Foreign Affairs Minister unlimited discretion to issue an authority to proceed with the extradition. The lawyer says there is therefore the potential for arbitrary action.
Not saying that he will, but there is that very real prospect.
The lawyer contends the law is in contravention of his client's constitutional rights to equal protection of the law. Choksi also warns the court to stay any extradition proceedings until the matter is heard on November 14.
Isaac lost steam and has been downgraded, but is still a strong tropical storm as it inches towards the Lesser Antilles, and watches and warnings have been issued for some islands. A hurricane watch is in effect for Guadeloupe, Martinique and Dominica, while Antigua and Barbuda is under a tropical storm watch. At 11 a.m., Isaac, carrying maximum sustained winds near 70 miles per hour, was located about 775 miles east of the Lesser Antilles and was moving towards the west at 16 miles per hour. The National Hurricane Center in Miami said on the forecast track, Isaac is anticipated to move near or over the central Lesser Antilles on Thursday and move into the eastern Caribbean Sea later that night. Isaac is also expected to be near hurricane strength when it moves through the central Lesser Antilles, with some weakening forecast afterward on Friday. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Trinidad and Tobago's national table tennis team is hoping to improve their rankings when they take on the rest of the region next year in the Table Tennis Caribbean Championships in Jamaica. TV6's Sergio Dufour tells us more.
Trinidad and Tobago's table tennis players came together for a day of rest and reflection behind the table tennis board, of course. The competition featured open categories, a points competition, as well as a 3-on-3 table tennis battle. Public Relations Officer for the National Table Tennis Association, Sheridan Pierre, explains.
Based on the financial situation I face right now, we try to be as creative as possible in our fundraiser. So some of the national players and we came together with this initiative of a fun day of table tennis, where we have 3 categories.
Pierre says that they are raising funds towards the Caribbean Championships, which will be held in Jamaica from the 21st to the 30th of September.
It costs us about $80,000, so we are halfway there. We're just waiting on the other half, approximately $40,000, to make sure everyone is on the trip and everything is taken care of. Also,
as for why they need to compete in Jamaica,
well, it's important for the national team to attend the Caribbean Championships because we haven't represented TNT at the Caribbean Championships in a few years. So it's important for us because next year there's Pan Am, and the next Caribbean Championships, which may be January or April of next year, will be qualifiers for Pan Am. And it's important for us to get ranking points.
Sergio Dufour, TV6 Sport.
That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.